Hey, what's going on, guys? Timelord here. Bringing you a first today, actually. This is one of my first Vanguard videos. It's my Gold Paladin deck profile. It's running really well. I know I promised that I probably wouldn't be doing Vanguard videos on my channel, but it's just too many people have pressured me into it, and it's just too good not to have on my channel. So be looking forward to seeing a lot more Vanguard, as well as a lot more Yu-Gi-Oh videos out on my channel up and coming. For those of you who are subscribed, if not, subscribe now. Also, this video is brought to you by Dad's Blue Cream Soda. It's amazing. Yeah, it's really good, so go get some. But anyway, let's go ahead and kick off the deck build. This is probably the most consistent Gold Paladin deck build you'll ever find. Definitely prefer the Ezel build over Spectral Duke Dragon. That's just because Ezel goes, and just poops on everything that it faces. I went to locals tournament 2 weeks in a row. Went 3-0, tied for first, and won some packs. And last week I went 4-1 and came in second and got some packs too. So obviously this deck has done very well for me. Gotten over a lot of things like Narukami's, Kagero, Spike Brothers, Royal Paladins, and everything like that. Speaking of Paladins, I just like the archetype itself. The Gold Paladin clan is really good. You have a lot of different options. I just choose to go with Ezel. And the human aspect of the clan itself is really cool. Also, I have a lot of friends who just won't run Gold Paladins because they hate the human race. No pun intended. So let's go ahead and kick it off. Obviously, you have your starting grade 0 up at the top left in an orange sleeve. That is Crimson Lion Cub Kerf, not Criff. Bugs me how people say that. Not that it really matters. Trigger lineup: 4 heal, obviously, 4 draw, and 8 critical. 8 critical, obviously, because this deck hits really big and really hard. And for Flame of Victory in the top right, then you obviously are able to soul charge and have a unit gain plus 3,000. We'll get into some plays in just a moment. And then you have your grade 1 lineup for Gareth, obviously, because it's an Ezel build, so you're superior riding like a boss in this deck. 4 Perfect Guard. Good luck finding 4 of them. It took me a little bit, but I got them all. You should run 4 Perfect Guard in any deck. It's really self-explanatory, super consistent. So yeah, 3 Slagle Dagger, because I like the consistency of it at 3, plus it gives it a nice boost, and then you can counterblast 1 for an extra 2k boost. Little Battler Tron, run 4 of them. I find that's incredibly consistent. Now, I'll get to Little Battler Tron in a minute, but let's go ahead and get to the grade 2s. Running 4 Knight of Superior Skills Bowmains, obviously for the Superior Ride Chain. 3 Major Calamity Trip, and 3 Player of the Holy Bow Vivian. Now, Trip and Vivian work hand in hand with each other, because if Vivian hits, counterblast 1, reveal the top card of your deck, and call it to an open rearguard circle, unless it's a grade 3, then, it's kind of stupid. Vivian works really well. It gives you field plus, and, a pretty good advantage still during your turn, because you can attack with Vivian, and if your opponent doesn't block that hit, you have an open rearguard circle reveal. And reveal Major Calamity Trip, and then you can rest Trip and hit for 9k. So, and when Trip hits a Vanguard, when Trip and Vivian hit the Vanguard, their effects go off. When Trip hits a Vanguard, you can take one of your face down damage zone cards and flip it face up. So the one that you just used to counterblast with Vivian, yeah, flip that face up. So that takes care of the grade 2s. Grade 3s, obviously I said this was a Ezel build, so I'm running 3 Ezel. I actually managed to pull 3 of them and only had to buy 1. Actually, my birthday was on Saturday, and my girlfriend got me 2 packs of Vanguard, and I pulled Ezel from that. I was actually pretty excited. 3 Garmor and 2 Sagramore. Now, the reason I run 3 Ezel is because 4 seems to clog hands, and it's inconsistent. It's good at 3. You don't need more than 3 because obviously you got 1 for your Superior Ride and 2 more just in case you're not able to get your Superior Ride off. Obviously you have 3 Garmor because it has Limit Break like Ezel, and it gets pretty good boosts when it attacks Vanguard. Plus you can get Field plus 2 when you call it to your Vanguard circle, or when you ride it to your Vanguard circle, counterblast 2, search for a grade 2 or less unit from your deck, and call it to a rearguard circle. Doesn't have to be an open rearguard circle like Ezel. With Ezel's effect, you have to counterblast 2, reveal the top card, and it can only go to an open rearguard circle. That's the bad thing about Ezel, but it's, you know, such a minor con that the pros incredibly outnumber it. It's ridiculous. And then you have Two Sagamore. You can definitely replace it with something like Gigantic Destroyer, but I like Sagamore in there for its consistency. You know, Counterblast 1 gains an additional 3k, so, you know, Counterblasting it's a 13k to Vanguard if it's not boosted. Now let's go back to Little Battler Tron for just a moment. Since I am running 3 Garmores, I was thinking about running Chargal. You know, maybe taking out a Little Battler in place of one or two Chargals, but I just haven't really found that necessary. I mean, I love how it runs with Tron, because when it boosts your Vanguard, and if you have more rear guards than your opponent, not only does it gain that 6k from Tron, it gains an additional 4k due to its skill. So you're already hitting, if you have, you know, Garmore or one of your grade 2s out, you're already hitting for an extra 10k. And it's pretty ridiculous. Like I said, this deck hits pretty big, and it hits really hard. So that's, you know, the deck profile itself. It's very consistent. Like I said, you know, not going to find anything better. You know, I really doubt it. And for the ride chain, obviously your starting Vanguard is Curve, okay? And then when you start out and get, you know, draw 5 cards, you generally want to recycle your triggers with this deck. So put back your triggers, shuffle them back in, and go for a new set of cards. You want to keep your perfect guards. You of course want to keep Gareth and Bowmains in your hand. Once you have Gareth and Bowmains in your hand, well, then you're pretty much set. All you need is another grade 1. The most ridiculous hand I drew into first turn without even mulliganing was an Ezel, Bowmains, Gareth, Sleggle Dagger, and a perfect guard. I'm set. Didn't even have to mulligan. Didn't draw on any triggers. It was amazing. So I went first, played Sleggle Dagger, called back Curve to the rear guard circle, and passed turn. Obviously, you know, I took a little damage second turn, but, you know, or on my opponent's turn, but second turn, draw, ride Bowmains, call Gareth, Curve skill, Superior Ride, Soul Charge, Curve, and Gareth to Superior Ride into Ezel, and I already have a grade 3 while you still have a grade 1 on the field. And then I hit for X amount of damage when I get critical triggers, since I'm running 8, and I get Super Plus since I'm running 4 draw triggers. Or I could just heal that damage that you gave me first turn, depending on which I reveal. And generally, since you're running, hopefully 16 triggers, you should be revealing at least 1. But there have been times where I haven't revealed any. So, anyway, that's the deck. Also running Angel Feathers. It's almost done, so expect a deck profile on that here sometime shortly. I'm waiting on a few more cards. I need the Grade 2 No Seal and Circular Saw Curiel, as well as a few Cosmo Healer Ergodials, because I'm going to try a couple different builds with that deck. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment with what you think, and be sure to subscribe, obviously, because Dad's Blue Cream Soda, and because these videos are awesome. Anyway, thanks guys for watching, and have an awesome day.